Hello everyone and welcome to Delirious Gaming episode 60. It's the 24th of September 2012 and the game in the background is still Guild Wars 2. So, I've been looking quite forward towards today. I don't know about you. Of course it's not specifically today. It's the fact that it's almost the 25th, which marks quite a few releases. Which also brings me to something to note about today's release schedule. To be honest, I know that both the European and the American schedule are totally off today, but it's the only thing I got at the moment without emailing every developer into giving me their schedules. So this is all that I have for you today. On the other hand, I know quite a few of those are good. My problems are that in the European release I have not enough games, and in the American release I saw a few games which I already know that have been released earlier, so I don't know what's exactly wrong there. I selected a few titles, a few from which I know that they release tomorrow, and a few which could probably release tomorrow. And other than those, I let the rest slide. So, on to the gaming news. The PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita game Sly Cooper: Thieves in Time will be coming to Europe in March. Originally it should release in February, but that's only the United States release date. The European release will be somewhere in March. Call of Duty Black Ops has a new release date, namely September 27th, for the Mac OS. The game is available digital through Steam, Game Agent, and soon it will also be available in the Mac App Store. It will be delivered including the First Strike expansion, which has 4 extra multiplayer maps and a level for the zombie mode. The Resurrection content pack is available with the launch for $15. Later on this year, the other map packs will be brought out in one bundle. At Annunciata, I'm sorry I'm pronouncing it wrong, but good luck doing it yourself, who is the maker of the original Echo the Dolphin games, is saying that there might just be a new Echo game incoming. He said it on his Twitter after a meeting with publisher Sega. So we might just see a new version of the game coming out soon. So Blizzard is considering a free-to-play option for StarCraft 2, but they don't know how to do it yet. They want to do it, but of course they need to have alternative revenue to be able to do it. So you might have to wait for it a while. The Wii U will be region bound, which of course means that as a European Wii U owner you can only play Wii U games which are also brought out in Europe. Of course, the this is a good thing, because otherwise Europeans would only buy American games. Because this is of course a lot cheaper for us. Usually games cost about the same in dollars as in euros, but of course the dollar is worth less than a euro. So it would be quite cheap to get them there. So, well, I think that is a good thing to protect the European game stores. It is also sad because some games will only release either in the United States or Japan, and not in Europe, and otherwise of course. And this means that you can't get any games which you can't play any games from those other regions. Of course, most of the games will be brought out in all regions, but there will be some which won't. And some introspection from the Treyarch boss, Mark Lamia, about the multiplayer of Black Ops 2. They are saying that they try to innovate their gameplay, of course, but still they want to keep true to the core of the game. Of course, I have no idea how they want to do it, but we'll find out somewhere after its release. So, I talked a bit earlier this month about Steam Greenlight, which was launched August 31st. And we are about 3.5 weeks later. And more than 3,000 games have already been put up on the platform to be promoted for release. On another note, about a third of those already been banned. So that's not really a good thing. To be able to show you how hard it still is to get through the green light zone, of those 3,000 games, like I said, about 1,000, a bit more, were banned, and only 10 have been greenlit at the moment, and are scheduled to release in the next few months. And EA is closing down PopCap Dublin. Until closing down, they employed about 100 people, and they just decided that it isn't doing enough for them, so they closed it down. Mark of the Ninja will be available on Steam as of October 16th. The game was released earlier this month for Xbox Live Arcade, and now it will be released on the PC using Steam. It will get support for mouse and keyboard, and it will not make use of Windows Live. Thank God, because if there's one system which is always giving me trouble, it's Windows Live. I mean, yeah, when my internet is down, I really hate the fact that I can do a lot with Steam. There are some games which will run and some which won't. And of course, everything which uses cloud saves is doomed to not do anything until I get a reconnection. But on the other hand, Windows Live has always maintenance when I'm on. You would think that they would do it in the downtime, but nope. Always smack on in the night. Which I realize, of course, is office hours in America, seeing as I'm European and it's about 9 hours difference. But then again, open a European office that does it, and don't block an entire continent during main hours. Of course, I don't always have trouble with it, but whenever I try to play a game of them which tells me I need to use it, it usually means I'm not playing that long, because it always is stopping me whenever I want to play. And Sony has put in a new patent, and they put in a patent which allows games to be able to identify players using their DNA, fingerprints, face, eyes, or speech as identification. To be honest, I do not know if I want to do this. Sure, I mean, I have seen enough laptops with fingerprint identification and with facial recognition, and I admit it's really fun to have it, but do we really want to have corporate companies having that kind of information about everyone? I'm not sure, and of course I was just talking about things like Windows Live and Steam not working when internet is down. I do not want to input my fingerprint just to be able to play a game. And that's not even taken into consideration when you manage to cut your finger using a knife and not be able to use a fingerprint at all for the first week or two. So I'm quite curious what they want to do with this. Like I said, it could be really cool, but I'm afraid that it will be used in the wrong way. Now, some esport news. For those fans of you out there of StarCraft Brood War, you're in a bit of a tough luck, because the last tournaments featuring this game have been finished. As of right now, the entire Korean StarCraft scene has completely switched over to StarCraft 3. They were one of the last to still have Brood War, and the last tournament was a few days ago. Of course, well, it's sad to see such an iconic game go. It was released in the mid-90s, so it was a bit time for them to move on, to be honest. Anyway, just so you know, from now on, you will have to use StarCraft 2 if you want to win anything. So I watched a bit DreamHack this weekend. I don't know about you. And I mainly saw the finals because I didn't have time to really watch anything else. And I must say it was quite interesting how 4GG managed to start an quite advantage in the bit. But I must say it was quite a demanding final for them both. But of course, at the end, only one could win. And Taja, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, because it was a bit hectic, so I didn't really quite got his name right. And he really managed a nice comeback. I mean, he had a 0-2 disadvantage in a best of 5. and he still managed to win with 3-2, which is of course insane. But I must say I really enjoyed the match. I hope you did too. And of course now it's just waiting and hoping for a great match coming DreamHack Winter. Now onto the gaming releases. Like I said, the list is not complete. I only see one release for Europe. I know there are at least two. The first is World of Warcraft, Mist of Pandaria, as many of you know. If you live in Europe, well, I'm recording this at the time that the live stream has already started, so I'm going to wrap up in a bit so that I can watch it and maybe just post an update. The other one is the first downloadable content of Darksiders, which is Darksiders 2, which is called Argul's Tomb. From America we have, of course, also World of Warcraft Mist of Pandaria. We have Darksiders 2 Argul's Tomb. We have Bad Piggies, which is, by the way, one which I really want to see. We have FIFA Soccer 13. I don't know exactly which platforms. Like I said, it was a bit weird. And I have Wipeout 3. One game which I don't really know what to think about. And last but not least, I have The Testament of Sherlock Holmes. And I believe it will be also released in Europe today if they are using Steam. But as I said, I'm not sure about it. Now, like I said, the live stream has already started and this episode took long enough, so I won't be doing a segment today. If you have any questions, send them to mail@healthwife.com. I'll be posting some links on the blog. If you're watching this video on YouTube, you can find the link to the blog post in the description. And of course I also post everything on Twitter, which is @healthwife. So yeah, if you have any questions, mail them, put them in the comments, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.